Back in Rome, guys, we have a lot of juicy topics to discuss. Like the video, show some love. I'm good energy. This is tennis in a minute. Paula Badosa, vamos! We'll get to her in 1 minute, but Sofia Kenin, guys, back on the winning track. She took out Lucia Bronzetti in the first round and Ons in the second round in a three-set popcorn thriller. But what about Sofia Kenin? Did you guys see her just swear and get upset at the chair umpire for making her go back out and play on a wet surface? Sophia was complaining that the surface was dangerous, right? And we saw a couple years ago, actually a few years ago, Beatrice Haddad get her way in Nottingham on grass. It was a bit wet, it was dark, and she refused to play until a supervisor came out and granted her request. Well, what about Sofia Kenin? Are we not considering Sofia Big Game Kenin an elite player anymore? She's solid, guys. She's an amazing talent. And I just feel that forcing her to go back out and play after realizing she was right and then finally postponing the match, I think Sophia deserves a little bit more respect. What do you guys think? What about number two? That's right, the world's ranked number two, Arena Sabalenka. Will she keep her number two rankings, guys? That's right, she is barely over 200 points ahead of Coco. If and guys, did you see the match yesterday against Katie Volleynet? She dropped the first set. Arena looked very sluggish. She looked like she didn't really want to be there. We've been seeing Arena really lose a lot of first sets lately or struggle in the first set. What is going on there, guys? Can she keep her number two ranking after Rome? This is going to be the opportunity where Coco has the opportunity to move up, but she's going to have to do it by the end of the French Open because then again, she didn't really do much on grass season last year anyway. So here's the question, guys. Go check the community section. I just did a poll. Will Coco become the world's number two? That would be her highest ranking on the world tour. Elena Rybakina, the defending champion, she's going to lose points, guys. This is getting very interesting here with Rybakina. I'm very concerned, guys. I'm concerned about her health. We've had members of her camp in the comment section talk about their concern behind the scenes. The defending champion, that's 1,000 points she's going to lose, guys. There's something going on. This opens the door for Coco again, ladies and gentlemen. Will she become the world's number two? I think so. I personally think so. I don't think Sabalenka looked good at all. I think Coco's going to become the world's number two. But what about Iga Swiatek? Can she win this tournament? I don't necessarily like the numerology I'm seeing. Now, listen, I've been focusing on a lot longer videos, so I haven't been able to get the predictions and really break down the match and analyze things. But on the surface level, I don't like what I see. But Iga's a threat to win it every time she steps on the court because she's that darn good, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll get to that in a minute, but I want to talk about Paula Badosa, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Diana Shnaider wins the first set as a 2-1 underdog, but I'm always concerned when I see Diana play. Now, she has this big knee brace that she wears, and for someone that's just so fast and athletic, it concerns me because that lets me know there's some type of tendonitis there. She's got some type of inflammation on the knee because if her knee wasn't bothering her, she wouldn't wear a brace like that. It's as simple as that. She has knee pain. That concerns me for someone to be so young now. How do you relieve pain on the joints, on the knees? Well, first you have to make sure you're not overweight. I'm not going to say Diana's overweight, but she's got a short center of gravity. I would say if we take a look at averages, she might be a little bit over what her average should be. That's going to put a lot more stress on her joints and her knees. But even with that said, I've said this in the past. Go watch the video several years ago. I think she's a tank. When she comes forward, she's coming forward to just smash and put away kill shots at the net. She's explosive. She's got great topspin. She goes to that high bouncing ball to keep opponents patient, and if they're not disciplined, they're going to be in trouble. Now, Paula Badosa had to make adjustments as she dropped the first set, but now she's starting to get a little bit more aggressive. She's starting to take these shots when she has the opportunity to step up and hit him, she's being a little bit more patient, but she's showing the power difference she has. Paula Badosa is a good clay player. She's from Spain. She got her big break a few seasons ago, heading into the WTA Finals of 21 in Mexico by having a really good run on clay season. So she's now making something happen here in the second set. And I want to talk about Paula Badosa, guys. What's up with Paula Badosa? Well, I told you guys, I think a lot of her struggles was mental, right? When you kind of clear your head mentally, you can focus on your craft. She's playing a lot better in this tournament, and of course it comes after announcing the split with her boyfriend Stefanos. I mean, I guess they didn't even make it to a year technically, right? Right around the year mark. What's up with relationships these days? Now, Paula Badosa, guys, she overall, she's done well against Diana, right? She's played on clay. She beat her at Charleston a couple of years ago, and she also beat her in Germany earlier this year. So she's very comfortable. This is the type of matchup she needs, and we see her here after taking out a very, very game Andreva and Edmund Navarro, two solid players. I think Paula Badosa is playing very good tennis right now, and the fact that this comes after a breakup tells me there's a mental blockage that's now clear. And I've talked about not necessarily believing that her struggles were all injury related. I think a lot of it was mental. And in fact, look, if your mind feels good, your body's going to feel good. So I personally think a lot of it had to do with her ex-fiance. They were about to get married. That was a serious relationship. She seemed very, very happy. Their families were very, very close. And I think a breakup like that, it hurts you. I think Stefanos was a rebound guy. No disrespect to him. He's a stud. He's an amazing athlete, but I think he was a rebound guy. I don't think he was her number one. And I think now the fact that they split tells me that mentally she got over what she needed to get over, and she's in a position now where she can focus on the game. And unfortunately, that's how things are with the relationship nowadays. I think Paula Badosa is back. We need Paula Badosa inside the top 10. We need Osaka inside the top 10. Osaka just got her first top 20 win since coming back. That was a huge win, guys. And to have Osaka and Badosa back inside the top 10, well, of course, someone's going to have to go, right? Who's going to go? If Elena Rybakina is not consistent with her health, we could very well see her drop from the top 10. You guys don't think it's possible? It is possible, because she's going to have to defend these points, and she's going to have to go deep in tournaments if she's not healthy. And we talked about in my previous video, you don't get points by winning. You don't climb the rankings by winning 250s, guys. You make it to the semifinal of a 250 event, you get 78 points. That's not doing anything if you want to be a top 10 player. You have to go deep and slam and master events. Is as simple as that. If you want to be a top player, you need a deep run at a slam. If you don't have a deep run at a slam, you're not going to be a top 10 player. Okay? Because the only exception is you making the quarterfinal at all the master events. And that's very difficult to do. I mean, it's difficult to go deep in the slam regardless. But Rybakina's health concerns me, guys. The longevity, I don't see it's going to be there, which is why I've said enjoy that classy woman while she's able to play right now, because she's not going to be around for a long career. It's just not going to happen, okay? And Paula Badosa right now looks like she could be back. She takes the second set, guys. I want to take a look at how she's doing it, but I also want to acknowledge mentally she looks good. She's in the place she needs to be mentally, guys. She's focusing on the game. All right. So she takes the second set after dropping the first set 7-5, 6-4. In the second set, primarily, guys, we saw her do it behind the first serve while attacking Diana's second serve. Diana's second serve, guys, she lost 53% of the second serve points, 40% of the first serve points, while Paula Badosa won 80% of her first serves, guys. 2 for 5 on breakpoint opportunities, and she got the job done. And right now, she's surging ahead in the third set. Vamos! Paula Badosa is back.